Check, please.
Paul, I'm coming from the heart on this one because it's chaotic out there. The war has got us a little fearful. I'm just scared. We want people to turn to our channel, normal people, when things are going bad, the market's bad, the war is bad. I'm feeling it as a normal person. I'm seeing normal people reacting to it, and we're here to have you coddle us. So give us your thoughts on huge topics like where's gold headed? Where's oil headed?
No idea.
Oh.
No idea. And anybody who says that has no clue.
Go on.
All I will say is oil is up a lot and it makes sense. And we just said that we're going to stop importing oil from Russia, which is a big producer of oil. Oil is going to have short-term pain. It's going to go up a lot. We're going to feel it at the gas pump. We're going to feel it everywhere. That's fine because oil is in a lot more things than just gasoline. It's in all the products we make, etc. So there's going to be pain. Gold is a hedge during troubling times. Bitcoin was promoted as the hedge against inflation and stock market. Okay, all these things. Oil is its own commodity, and it fluctuates high and low. I don't look at commodities very much because if I have a barrel of oil right here, it's not going to give me a stream of cash flow. That is the cash flow when I sell it. So I don't want to speculate if it's going to go high or low. Now, can I use extremes to make bets? Yes, I can. And oil has been down a lot for the last 15 years. It's been going up and down, but it keeps going down and down and down and down. Now it's finally surging up, and it usually takes some sort of incident to occur. So I look at it saying, there's going to be pain. Do you want to trade it? I don't know. Mo will talk about that later, about trading oil and oil companies. They're up and down. Today, Seth and I were in SLB. We were stopped out, et cetera. So there are ways to trade these things and make money. But for me, on a long-term perspective, it's too difficult. Gold. I've been pro gold for a long time. Why? Because I do think when the markets have problems and they're overvalued and they start to collapse, gold will do better. Now, let me talk about Bitcoin because this is very important to me. Bitcoin was, whenever something is a bubble, whenever something is hyped, every justification, even if it's accurate, will be paraded out as this is the savior. We had no history on Bitcoin, but everybody without any history of it said this would be a hedge against stock market crashes and a hedge against inflation. Where's inflation gone in the last year?
This is the first year I've been old enough and wise enough with your tutelage, Paul, to actually firsthand witness inflation because we were doing videos and you said if you start handing out money and all this and things are going to go up. And I was like, no, they won't, Paul. I don't agree. And sure enough, now the same people promoting that they want the higher now they're paying
what they want.
They're paying for it.
You want higher wages? You got higher wages. You also get higher everything else. So let me pull this up real quick. This is the NASDAQ since the beginning of the year. And I'm going to go and put it in percentage terms. It is currently down. Oh, that's one day. Let's go to year to date. It's currently down 17.18%. If Bitcoin is a hedge on stocks going down, should Bitcoin be positive or negative?
You tell me because I'm too.
Well, a hedge means it goes basically the opposite ways. So if NASDAQ goes down, market goes down, Bitcoin should go up.
Technically, as Bitcoin is a very volatile thing, it should be up more than 17% if you think
Correct,
about it.
because it's high beta. Yeah. Now, let's go to Bitcoin, year to date. Percentage. Bitcoin. It's down 16.19. So, guys, it's not even up. It's down 16%. NASDAQ's down 17. Grow up.
Ain't nobody got time
This is
for
so
that.
obvious to me. We had no history on Bitcoin. It's a highly volatile speculative asset. To me, it's going to go down worse than other highly volatile speculative assets that at least have some sort of cash flow or potential for cash flow.
And when things are going up and things are going well and people are still talking about Bitcoin being a hedge, that sounds really great until you know what hits the fan. Then they're like, well, maybe it's not the ultimate hedge, but you know what is the ultimate hedge? It's gold. So let's just go to be safe in gold.
Number two, Bitcoin's the hedge on inflation. Inflation last year has been 7%. So as inflation goes up, Bitcoin should be going up along with it to make up for that as the hedge part of it. Right. Here's the last 1 year on Bitcoin. Down 25%. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. It should not be going down along with costs going up if it's a hedge against inflation. It should not be going down with the NASDAQ, highly speculative assets, if it's a hedge against stock crashes. This doesn't make sense. The reality is this. Nobody knew what it was going to do except for the really, really smart guys in the room in the world who realized a speculative bubble when they saw one. Mo, go ahead.
So the other thing is you said, I don't get it. And Seth, we just asked Seth before the video started, are those guys out there that quote unquote did get it? Are they talking about it now? He said they're really not, because maybe they don't get it either. You ever think about that?
That's the thing. They don't get it. But whenever we say keywords like blockchain, or we say things like hedge, makes it sound smart, makes it sound really good. Like, oh, this is a hedge. I'm just going to I once told my lawyer, and they wouldn't let me do this because it's illegal. I wanted to create a fake investment and tout it out there and just get people hyped about it. And they're like, yeah, you just can't do that. And then I was going to write a big report about it and do like a whole documentary about it and all that stuff. But they're like, Paul, you cannot, legally, you're not allowed to go pitch a fake investment. So I was like, oh, damn. So guys, Bitcoin is not a hedge. Gold is a hedge against inflation. It has proven to be in the past. Oil, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know where it's going. We have a lot more electric vehicles today. You would have thought that oil would be going down, and that was a theory. Oh, a lot more electric vehicles, less reliance on oil, less demand, therefore price goes lower. But in the short run, we don't know what's going to happen. Oil prices, let's even look at oil prices of the last year. Oil prices right here. It's at $123 a barrel. 1 year ago, oh my gosh. 1 year ago, it was $64. It's double. It's double than last year. But look at this parabolic rise right here. Guys, that's not sustainable. That is not sustainable. Parabolic rises, go find me a parabolic rise that ended up going like this. It doesn't happen. Now, it might go like this, but it involves going like this and things like that. It's just going to be tough. It's going to suck for the checkbook. But this is why we always preach saving money, living within your means, emergency fund. Just kidding. Hate the emergency fund. But live within your means. If you have to pull away from your savings a little bit, do that. But just, this will be short term. It's not going to be forever. These things don't last forever.
It's funny how all the cryptocurrencies were the new gold until, like you said, Mo, then when everything hits the fan, gold is actually the gold.
That's the thing is, I mean, it sounds really good. I mean, you see this in your daily life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then something happens and you're like, well, it's more comfortable to be here. I know that this works. Or I know that this has a better chance of working. You know, everybody's been in that situation. This is what that is. So,
Paul, in the end, I feel like the normal old investor in me that just followed trends says, well, I got to jump in on oil. It's going up. But isn't this the time? I mean, Russia, the sanctions. Isn't this the time to just make a play on this? Am I wrong?
I mean, maybe. I don't get it. I just personally feel like I avoid things that are being shot up big time. I just don't understand them. I just move on. There's no fundamental reason why I understand why oil would do that. So I move on. And the great news is, we talk about, in our videos, we talk about our community, but this is why we have the community, because there's so much conversation happening about all these topics. It's right up here when you buy our software, or it's in the phone on our mobile app. Okay. So if I just go here to our chat community and I just type in search and type in oil.
Oh, forget about it.
165 results, people talking about it. And it's happening every hour, every minute, within 3 minutes of each other. That's what's so great. You can go actually search for the topic you want to find and go engage in that conversation. That is what's so great about the community of over 6,000 people. That is what's so wonderful. You can have these conversations, discuss oil and discuss things. And guess what? I learn from these things too. When I have a comment on an investment, I go in the community and type it in and see what people are saying about it. Because there's no way I'm the number one investor out of 6,000 people. And as we grow to 60,000 people or whatever number we cap out at, I'm not going to be the number one investor. There are people with great processes in there. That's what we always preach as a process. That's why we have this, because we're trying to avoid the big falls and the big mistakes, because good investing isn't about home runs. It's about not striking out. It's about staying at the plate and always being able to see another pitch. And you have unlimited pitches. Take as many as you can get, as Warren Buffett says, and only swing when you have the exact right pitch you want. That's what's key here. And for me, oil is not the right pitch. Gold has been for a while. I've been owning gold since about 1750 on gold. It's over 2,000 now. And I'm not sitting there saying, yay, but I'll tell you what, it's helping me out in my portfolio right now as Facebook and Alibaba's fallen. But eventually I think Facebook and Alibaba will rebound and make me some money. I had to be patient. Gold was losing me money at one point. I have patience. That's the whole key to all of what we're trying to teach here. That's the whole key of what we talk about in the community. Patience, discipline. That's it.
Go to everythingmoney.com or patreon.com/everythingmoney. Paul, you, myself, and Mo all own GDX and GDXJ. Are you sticking with, obviously, you're sticking with the gold for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
and the reason GDX and GDXJ is, my play is, these are the ETFs on the miners. And I think the miners have been beaten up more than they should be, because they're able to mine this gold for a lot lower than gold is selling for per ounce. So the profitability is huge for them. So until I see some maturation of that, I'm going to stick with that play. It's not a forever play. It's a few years play probably. So I don't know exactly.
So GDXJ has been up almost over 14% the past 6 months. So what is your exit strategy, Paul? When are you happy with profits? It's
I don't know.
Question we get all the time.
I don't know.
Keep reassessing.
Yeah, keep reassessing as the price goes up. I wrote covered calls on it, and they're close to getting called out, so I'm gonna have to sell them at a loss. The covered calls at a loss. I'm okay with that because I'd rather have GDX and GDXJ.
So Paul, we used to trade USO last year. Tell me about it.
Well, we didn't trade it. I actually did it in a value play, thinking to myself, this is when oil fell to negative territory. And not gonna lie, I got emotional because I didn't understand it, and I was like, wait, this thing fell a lot. I'm out. Let me cut my losses. I wish I hadn't. Well, it'd be up quadruple right now.
The reason was we spoke with somebody at Schwab that said that there's a chance, and a better than good chance, that the ETF could just go away. They would wipe it out.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep. They said that there's a chance that the fund could just close and go bankrupt.
And I think that was an alarmist chance. It's one of those legal chances they're saying.
Yeah.
And they made it seem like it was very likely. Again, not blaming anybody. I didn't enter. I should have known. Like right now, if somebody told me, hey, Paul, the NASDAQ, if somebody said to me, Paul, the NASDAQ's going to double this year, and they were at Schwab, I'd be like, okay, sounds good. I'm still going to stick with my short. I'm not going to worry about it. So I didn't understand something, and I exited too soon. That's life. I learned that. But I learned my lesson.
If you bought gold when you were supposed to, congratulations. Be cautious with the oil. And of course, we're very much against the concept of crypto and its volatility. And it seems like it's not really doing what it's supposed to. So argue with us in the comments, and you can argue with people in the community. Maybe you can learn something like I have with you, Paul. So that is our take. Follow, thumbs up, subscribe. See you next video.